Rambam says that one can besiege al Yorish on the cities of Kohen 3 days before Shabbos. So let's go down to the Peirush, and you make Melochim, you wage war against them every day, even on Shabbos. And it says in Rome 2020, until you shall destroy it. Even on Shabbos. This applies both to Machon Nesher and the Rishus. As the Mishnah cites Shabbos 19a. Torah taught Shiurim, you will not begin to besiege on a city less than 3 days before Shabbos. And if they did before that, you don't stop. And that was Shammai said as well. We learn from Rito even on Shabbos. Say in the Sifrei Rambam that we before the case of the Mishnah, the text was you can start off on Shabbos, and he points out that's a mistake. Actually, you have to change the text like the Rambam writes in the Shabbos. You do it 3 days before Shabbos. You don't start a besiege less than 3 days before Shabbos. So Vaz explains the language of the Rambam that one can besiege a city of Goyim on Shabbos. If you started the besiege 3 days before Shabbos, you continue on Shabbos. It explains it's besieging that you stand and watch over the Moetzes. And so to Melochim Mitzvah, you can do so. The Maggid Mishnah of Vaz cites the free in Parashat Shoftim. The Vaz adds that would seem to be the language of the Brisa on the cities of the Goyim, and that makes no difference between Mitzvah to Rishus. In the Shabbos, the Rambam writes that the limit from the Brisa is only by Melochim Rishus, and he adds, and he certainly, obviously, by Melochim Mitzvah, we do it on Shabbos, and he emphasizes that Yeshua did not conquer Yericho only on Shabbos, as we find in Perek Hey. The Lechem Mishnah explains that according to the Rambam, when it's a mitzvah, a war of mitzvah, you can start to begin with on Shabbos. And we find in Yerushalmi, you can begin to besiege cities on Shabbos. It's talking about Melochim Mitzvah. And when it says whether it's Melochim Mitzvah or a Melochim of choice, is only to destroy it even on Shabbos. To continue it on Shabbos, even by a Melochim Rishus. But to begin a war only 3 days before Shabbos, and he relies on his words that was Shabbos. Thus, we don't have to change the text like the Kesef Mishnah says. There's no mistake in the words of the Rambam. And Rambam was specific when he wrote that we besiege on a city on Shabbos because he's talking about Melochim Mitzvah. And that would be the din of Melochim Rishus, only that you continue a siege on Shabbos. And over Shabbos, he says you do not siege a city of Goyim less than 3 days before Shabbos, in order that the people should be able to be at ease, and they will not be thinking about Shabbos. My Mishnah site, the Rif wrote this previously to the Rambam. Learning Peri Vav Halacha Yud Beis, when you encamp, you can stop anywhere when you make an encampment. Umisha Ne'ag B'Milchama, somebody who was killed in a war, on the place where he fell down, there he should be buried. Kohenim and Kohen can make mitzvah. He requires his place like a mace mitzvah. We do not bury him in a different place, like it says in Tumas Mace. Yeah, when somebody goes on the way, you find him outside of the tchum, dead, that he has no relatives who should take care of him, even in a field, in a field of spices. He acquired his place, and you have to bury him right there. Because the Mishnah cites Eruvin 17a, Rav Yehuda Tamo says, even you can dwell any place, and if somebody's is killed or he's buried there. The Gemara adds, not because he's a Mason Mitzvah, even they have his relatives, because he has the law of a Meis Mitzvah who acquires his place. Vaz adds that even if he died because of himself within the Melochim, he's buried there. Because once you're involved in the war, he's like a Meis Mitzvah. So even if Chas v'sholom his gun went off, he would be buried there. Meis Mitzvah acquires his place with Takon Yeshua Manun. It says in this game moment that there were 10 conditions that Yeshua made with all of the Shvotim, and they divided there to Yisrael, and the sources of Bryce and Bava Kama, 80b and 81a, and the 10th one is that a Meis Mitzvah acquires its place and he's buried there. Hilchos Yesodei, the Rambam writes that when we find a dead person, doesn't measure from where he's found, to see which sitting he's closest, and afterwards they bury him where they found him, and there it explains you do not measure if it's found his head, the body is found in one place and the head in someplace else. You take the body to the head, you bury him there where the head was, and so is the law by every Meis Mitzvah. You take his physical body to where his head is and he's buried there.